Okay, back in the kitchen now with Amanda Cupcake, and we're not making cupcakes, we're making cake pops. And they are, you know, very, very trendy right now. You see them all over the place in the magazines and things like that.
Right.
They're so cute. They're so darn cute, you know? And you say people love them.
They do, and I think it's because they're on a stick.
Yeah, yeah, you know, because it's like they look like a lollipop. I mean,
Right.
the presentation of them is so cute, but they can be a little putsy to make. There's a lot of tricks to it, right?
There is. I actually am self-taught when it comes to making cake pops, so I've done a lot of different things. I provided some secret Amanda Cupcake tips actually on your website.
Wonderful.
So.
Good deal. Good deal. Okay, so first thing we do is you use cupcakes, because obviously you have a lot of cupcakes,
Yes.
but I'm assuming you could use, you know, bake up a cake and use that too.
Right, and on my recipe online it actually says to use a 9x13 pan to
Okay.
bake your cake in. I use up old cupcakes. You can use any cup. You can actually use cupcake liners too to bake it, whatever works for you.
Okay.
Basically.
So we made the orange dreamsicle cupcakes earlier, so we happen to have some of those, but any flavor will do, you
Right.
know, chocolate, whatever you're feeling. And then you just use your fingers and kind of get in there and,
Yep, you just crumble it up, and this is extra sticky, so that actually helps.
it's just really moist.
Yep.
Okay, and then you're frosting.
And then you add just a little bit of frosting at a time.
Now you use your homemade buttercream that you do.
Yep, I use my homemade buttercream, and it's the perfect flavor
Again, to use your hands to get in there? Is that
Yep.
the best way to do it?
That's the best way I do it. You can
okay.
put like Pam spray on your hands to avoid it sticking if you want to. That helps sometimes.
This is kind of fun.
But it's like Play-Doh.
Yeah, it is.
It's playtime.
And you want it pretty gluey, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
you want it pretty gluey, not wet or soggy, because then it won't form into a ball. It'll be more like a blah shape. So
Okay.
you want it pretty sticky,
Okay,
like that.
okay.
See, and now you have a huge cake pop ball there.
This one's for me. I don't know about yours. Okay, so now how do we get it into these little balls?
So then think of making a meatball.
Okay.
You just take it and roll it, and you can make them as big as you want. I make them kind of small.
Like
'cause
one or two
they're
bites.
very rich and indulgent.
Okay.
So you do that, and then you have a cookie sheet here with parchment paper on it, and I recommend refrigerating your cake pops and not freezing them. There's a reason for that, because cake pops are small when they're frozen, and then if you dip them in the hot candy melt when they're cold, then they expand and they'll crack the outer shell.
Oh, okay. Refrigerator for how long then? So if you're gonna, I'm gonna go wash my hands. We'll get to the next phase here. How long in the fridge do they go?
Refrigerate them for about 25 minutes.
Okay.
Or sometimes an hour, just so that they're good texture to dip and they're not too soft.
Now let's say you want to do this. Can you even do them like the night before?
Yes, you can do them days in advance if you want
okay.
to. Cake pops last forever.
Okay.
They last a really long time.
Just cover them with plastic, like in the
Right.
refrigerator. Cover them real well. Okay.
Or you can even put them in the freezer and just thaw them out for a little while
Okay.
before you dip them.
Good to know. Now, what are we dipping them in? Now, this seems like it's key.
Right. We have these candy melts.
Okay.
And it's kind of fun, like Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because you can use all these different colors and then you dip it.
We're using the orange color and orange
Right.
flavor, but you know, again, they come in chocolate and white chocolate and all different kind of colors.
Right.
You melt them in the microwave?
You melt them in the microwave, 15-second increments. Sometimes the candy melts get a little chunky and hard to dip in, so I use these little, they're called crystals, actually, and they're like oil-based, and they thin out your candy melts
Okay.
so that it's easier to dip in.
So this is kind of the consistency we're looking for.
Right.
Okay,
Yep.
so our pops have been on a stick. Do you insert the stick in before they go in the refrigerator? That was the other
After
thing.
they go in the refrigerator.
After. So after
then-
they've set up in the fridge, they've
Yep.
been there overnight.
And then you put it, and the candy melt acts like a glue, and it dries really fast.
Okay, so dip the end of the stick into the candy melt.
Right.
In we go. Now here's another way to do cake pops. Cookie dough you can use.
Yes, eggless cookie dough, and I provided the recipe on your website too.
That's a
for
cool
that.
idea. Even easier because you don't have to use the frosting and the
Right.
cake. So another way. So yeah, you can go to our website and get her eggless. Happens to be chocolate chip cookie dough.
Yes,
my favorite to
I have
eat.
such a weakness for cookie dough.
Don't we all?
So
I know. Tell me about it. That's the cover of my cookbook. Is my daughter and I eating
saw
the cookie
that,
dough?
yeah.
There's nothing better than that. Okay, so now we're gonna dip. So
Yes.
just in we go.
Yep. So sometimes I tip the bowl a little
Okay.
just so you make sure you have enough.
And
then
boy, this goes on so easy.
Yep. Circle it around a little bit, and then hold it upside down for a little while.
Okay. just because you want it real smooth. You want
Yep.
it all.
You can even shake it a little bit. I can do it.
And
with
this is a
you.
fun thing. This is just like floral oasis, right? Foam.
Yeah. Yep. You just use
Floral
like
foam?
a thick foam
To stand
to
them up.
rest.
How long do
Yep.
they need to kind of do their thing?
Oh, it takes no time at all. They just sit there for a couple minutes and they'll dry and be ready to eat.
Now, what about your glitter? When does the glitter come in?
Oh, you want to put the glitter on pretty quick because they dry really fast.
Really, really fun. And again, all of Amanda's Cake Pop 101 information and the recipe for eggless chocolate chip cookie dough you can find on our website.
Yes.
There goes the glitter. Good to see you.
Good to see you
And
too.
again, she sells her treats at Cronies in Wapaka, correct?
In Wapaka, I sell them at Cronies in Wapaka, and I also teach cake pop classes at Fox Valley Tech.
Wonderful.
too.
And you can find her on Facebook. We'll be back. Stay with us.